there, everyone! Welcome to Blue Jackets. It's a fun Blue Jackets themed podcast. My name is Kevin, and joining me tonight is my co-host, Hefty Duck, as well as good friend of the show, the man of truth himself, our friend Heartsy. We've also invited other people to come on the show, so if they come on, cool. If they don't, oh well, there's always next time. So realistically, there's not a lot of stuff going on in the Blue Jackets world right now, but we still have to do a show because that's part of the deal. So we got to do it. So what we're going to talk about today is the first half of the season for the Blue Jackets is over. The next game that they play will start the second half of the season. So we're going to talk about first half, some of our favorite moments, and first half MVPs for the Blue Jackets. Who really stepped up in the first half of the season for the Blue Jackets? We're going to rank some hockey jerseys, and there's some new news involving Blue Jackets prospect Cayden Lindstrom. Multiple Big Ten schools, including Ohio State, are looking at him, trying to get him to go play there. What that might mean for him, we're going to talk about that. Four Nations hockey news. You know, USA and Canada really went on a heater there. Produced an outstanding game, fun to watch. And Blue Jackets defenseman Zach Werenski is playing for Team USA. He's been playing pretty good there, and we're going to talk about that. I got some stuff about Adam Fantilli to share and so much more. Welcome to the show, everyone.
Oh yeah, welcome in, everybody. It's been, even without the Blue Jackets playing, it's been a pretty crazy week yet. The Four Nations tournament started this last week, and as of last night, the United States clinched a spot in the championship. So I believe the standings are right now. The United States has 6 points with 2 wins. Canada has 2 points because they have one overtime win. That's what they got the 2 points for. Then they lost last night against the United States. Finland 2 points for an overtime win, 1 loss. Sweden has 2 points for overtime losses. I believe you just get the 1 point for getting into overtime, kind of like how the NHL does it. But you get 3 points for a win. So United States, the only team so far with 2 wins. They're going to play. Let me get this up here. So tomorrow, Monday, February 17th, Canada's going to be playing Finland at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. That's Eastern time. And then Sweden is going to play the United States at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. And then Thursday, February 20th is going to be the championship game. But first, let's talk a little bit about last night's Royal Rumble that happened, because it started off so great. So there's a little bit of backstory for anyone out there who hasn't been paying attention super close. So there was a little bit of political tension between the United States and Canada recently. So what had happened was during the first game where USA played Finland, it was played in Canada, and when the United States national anthem played, it got booed very loudly. And the players, I understand the political discourse going on outside of hockey, but then I also the players, it's not like it's their fault, damn. But then also, it happened again last night, and supposedly Matthew Tkachuk was in a group chat with his brother Brady and JT Miller, and they were talking about how they're like, well, we're not going to stand for this. We're just going to fight him right off the rip. And that's what they did. In the first 9 seconds of the hockey game, the puck was dropped once. There was a fight right away. The puck was dropped a second time. There was a fight right away. And then JT Miller coming out fighting too at the very end of that. So very entertaining first part of the game. I understand, where the United States is coming from that. And as an American myself, I just... I'm glad to see them at least sticking up for the country, even if it's not politically motivated. It's because they were motivated because they were getting fucking booed for nothing that they could help. And
Yeah.
I get it. Anyway, that was pretty awesome. Zach Werenski's been doing great for United States. In the very first game, he got let me see. That we have some leaders here for the four nations. Zach Werenski has 4 points total, which puts him at number 2 overall. So the players, here's the scare statistics 1 through 10 real quick. Jake Gensel is in first place. He's got 3 goals, 1 assist for 4 points. Zach Werenski is in second place with 4 assists for 4 points. Matthew Tkachuk, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points. Matt Boldy, 3 points. Sidney Crosby, 3 points. Eichel, 3. Lucas Raymond, 3. Brady Tkachuk has 2. Yoel Yek, 2. And Mikhail Granlund with 2. And then there's a bunch of others that have 2 points as well. But Zach Werenski is sticking out as the top defenseman. And, I mean, he's the highest ranked defenseman with Cale Makar being out right now for Canada. Zach Werenski is the highest ranked defenseman in the tournament, despite last night hearing, and no offense, because Quinn Hughes is an amazing player. He's one of the top players in the NHL and one of the top defensemen. But the announcers were like, "Oh yeah, and with the United States missing their best defenseman, Quinn Hughes," and I'm like, "Best defenseman? He's not even ranked within 10 spots of Zach Werenski." So just this is according to. I'm a Blue Jackets fan, man. I gotta point this out. I gotta be on my guy Werenski here. In the entire NHL, Yahoo Sports ranks Cale Makar at number 9 overall, and number 10 overall is Zach Werenski. That's overall. Those are the top 2 defensemen. There's not another defenseman ranked up until number. Hold on, I just had this. Yeah, until number 37, and guess who that is? Quinn Hughes. I mean, he's ranked in the top 40. He's an amazing player, but is he actually United States' best defenseman, or is it the guy who's second place in the tournament with 4 points and is ranked number 10 overall, just behind Cale Makar? Anyway, that's just my little soapbox I wanted to get on and yell about. Some other weird Zach Werenski stuff from last night. I posted about this on my Twitter, but Zach Werenski I was a -1 last night, even though he got a secondary assist on a goal, and Canada only got 1 goal. So let me break this down a little bit for you and why this is so weird to me. So if you're on the ice for a goal, you get a +1. And generally speaking, if you got an assist on a goal, you're on the ice usually. But then if you're on the ice when the other team scores, you get a -1. So Zach Werenski get the -1 because he was on the ice. Him and I forget who the defenseman with him was, but they got beat by Connor McDavid just straight down the middle, super fast. They said Connor McDavid was going like 24 miles an hour or something. That's insane. Yeah, he got so he got the -1 there. But then he got an assist with the tying goal when Jake Gensel scored with an assist from Jack Eichel. So how did he get an assist but not a +1? Well, because he swatted the puck away from Canada. Eichel picked it up, and then Eichel was the one who ended up making the pass to Gensel for Gensel to go down and score. But Zach Werenski hit it off the wall, knocked away from the other team, and then went for a line change. And about as soon as he stepped off and the other guy stepped on, Gensel scored. So he was off the ice. That's got to be a pretty rare occurrence, I think, that you get an assist, secondary assist or an assist, and you're off the ice before you get the +1. I just thought it was weird. That can't be a very common thing because I feel like I would have noticed or heard about that by now. The only reason I noticed is because I was looking at the box score last night and I was like, wait, how did he has a point, but he's a -1? Because Canada only had 1 goal. If they had 2 goals, it would make sense, but they didn't. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out. That was pretty funny. But yeah, I know Hartsy's got some stuff to say about the Four Nations face-off, man. So what do you got for us, man?
Yeah, go on a heater there, Hartsy.
So just to point a couple things out. So Zach Werenski's defensive partner is Charlie McAvoy from the Boston Bruins. So Charlie McAvoy got burnt by McDavid there on that Canada goal. And on the assist, the -1 assist that Zach Werenski got. So basically, what happened was Canada's entering the zone. Devon Taves from the Colorado Avalanche slaps the puck back to Sam Reinhart from the Florida Panthers. Reinhart gives the puck back to Devon Taves, who had it swatted away from him by Zach Werenski. Jack Eichel moves up the right wing, gives it across ice to Jake Gensel, who shoots it short side through the 5-hole of Jordan Binnington, who sucks. And yeah, that was the tying goal that Jake Gensel from Tampa Bay scored. So just to clear some things up, I know Lance got a little confused there, but this whole tournament has been fantastic. I've watched every single game of it so far, and I've enjoyed every single game of it so far. The fights, the whole thing starting, with Canada and the U.S. and all that political BS. I don't really care about that. We all know that USA and Canada have been beefing on the ice for years. 4 years, ever since '96 in the first World Cup of hockey, they have been feuding. So it is always good to see, that rivalry has yet to be broken. But yeah, off the draw, Matthew Tkachuk dropping the puck dropping the gloves with Brendan Hagel. So that's just obviously not just USA versus Canada. That's just Tampa Bay versus Florida going
Hell
at each
yeah.
other.
I loved that was the two there. I thought that was
Yeah.
neat.
And of course, Brady Tkachuk being the little brother, I want to be like my big brother. I'm just going to beat the shit out of his Florida Panther teammate, Sam Bennett, who is bald. Sam Bennett is bald. And, this is just, proving that, no matter, who is thrown out there, no matter what team you play for in the NHL, once you start representing your country, I don't give a damn at this
All
point.
bets are off.
I don't care if you're my brother's teammate. I don't care if you're my teammate. We're not from the same country, and we may be buddy when the NHL season gets back on. But once I put on my stars and stripes and you put on your leaf, I'm gonna kill you, and I don't like you, and we're not friends anymore. That's what I love about international hockey. It's just it doesn't matter what your background is. All you know is that you're representing your country, and that's all that matters. And it was beautiful.
I think that this is such a nice change of pace from an all-star game, because when was the last time you saw a fight in an all-star game? When was the last time you saw people landing hits? Like it's just a fluff game. It's just some people showing off their skills a little bit. No one wants to get hurt. This, because the players are playing for their country, it's just got more meaning behind it, I think. You got a whole country. Yeah. So I really like that, but I don't know what do you guys think?
I'm here for it, and I really hope Canada and US play against each other in the final, because and it's going to be in Boston. Oh my!
Dude.
Oh my goodness!
Those fans are going to let them hear it. You know it. It. Oh man, that would be so awesome.
I'm also a big fan of seeing Sidney Crosby fuck up and passing the puck directly to a United States defender, and it led to the Dylan Larkin goal that gave the U.S. the lead. It kind of left my boy Travis Sanheim on his own, but all I know is that Sidney Crosby sucks.
Dude, I'm tired of hearing his name.
Retire.
I mean, he's still a great player, but super tired of hearing his name. Also, because I hate the Penguins, so I mean that's something that we and Beezer down there share, because he's a Philadelphia fan. So
fuck you, Pittsburgh.
We just make a big hate sandwich for Pittsburgh. He's on the other side, we're on this side.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, keep an eye out for the finals of that. Well, tomorrow they're going to be playing Sweden, the United States is, and then they're going to be playing that championship game there Thursday then, I believe. So, Kevin, you got any thoughts about the USA?
Yeah, so there's political stuff going on there, back and forth, and from my perspective, a majority of that is overblown and way too much attention on that, overhyped, overblown. It's just, America and Canada, they've always gone back and forth with some heated exchanges, whether that be political, whether that be hockey. You name something, there's always been something that America's going at Canada with. It is what it is. And, you know, Trump's like, 51st state. And it's like, yeah, well, that's just shit posting. That's really nothing that's serious. Okay.
I
So,
thought the Gulf of America was a shitpost too.
well,
Anyway,
yeah.
I don't want to bring it up. I don't want to bring it up here on the show.
No, but you're
Oh,
right.
boy. Here we
That's
go.
that's a shit post too. That's what it is. But putting that all, so putting that all stuff off to the side, it's really not that big of an issue. And like Hartsey said, you get two countries that are good at hockey and they don't like each other, and you put them in the same room. Crap like what happened last night's going to happen. It is what it is. Okay. It's entertaining, but it's going to happen. And some people are making it a bigger issue than what it actually is.
I think
So
it fueled the United States players a lot too.
yeah.
I mean,
So it is what it is. A good, fun, entertaining game between two good countries at hockey. And obviously America won, which is good. USA, bitch. Let's go.
USA.
Yeah. So it was good. And obviously, from a Blue Jackets perspective, great to see Zach Werenski play good there and continue his awesome play that he's had this season for the Blue Jackets, and now he's doing it for Team USA. And what I like about that is, other people are recognizing what a damn good hockey player Zach Werenski is. And it's like, I'm glad you're recognizing that, but you should have recognized that years ago because, people like Hefty Duck and I and so many other people, we already knew that Zach Werenski is good at hockey. It just took some time for other people to see the same thing, but that's okay. We're glad that you're along for the ride now, and you're finally noticing Zach Werenski and realizing that he is a good hockey player. Took some time, but you're there, and that's what I like. So, good hockey game there, and it is, a lot of this stuff, well, USA Canada is overblown and shit posting and so much more. But it was a good, fun, competitive game. That's just what it was. It was, just great to see,
Yeah,
I'm
I
also
love it.
I'm also a big fan of them hanging up Johnny Gaudreau's jersey in the U.S. locker room,
Oh yeah,
showing
they
some
had
respect.
they had
Giving
Guy Gaudreau there too.
Yeah,
Did
Guy
they say his
Gaudreau.
name Guy or did they say it Guy?
It's either Guy or Guy. I think we'll know. We know.
Yeah, I
Those are just
I really should know by now. I just
yeah.
brain farting right at the moment.
Like how a lot of people said, if Johnny Gaudreau would be playing in this tournament if he were
100%.
with us, he would be representing the States. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's good to see them showing respect, and we still miss Johnny around here.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was good to see. Did we ever talk about last week about the Super Bowl a little bit? It was good to see
man, I don't think we want to talk about the Super Bowl, brother.
I don't remember if we did or not because I'm only bringing it up because Matthew and Johnny Gaudreau were both huge Eagles fans, and Johnny Gaudreau's mother had posted on her Twitter account that it was a picture of Matthew and Johnny with uniforms in the back that said Gaudreau, and she said, "I know two happy fans in heaven right now," and I just thought that was really sweet.
Yeah, it sucks that he's gone. I still miss him.
Yeah, it'd be such a different
No
Different
man,
year,
we
man.
would have scored 10 if Johnny was out there.
Easily. Wouldn't it have been funny to see him fight someone? God,
Johnny,
yeah, I know.
I'll rush
Anyway.
the ice. Somebody attacks Johnny if he was out there.
Oh shit. All right. Well, yeah, Four Nations face off. It's a great time. Be sure to watch the rest of the games tomorrow and Thursday, and we'll probably talk about that a little more next week because that's what we're gonna. I mean, that's what's going on in the NHL right now. So, yeah, on to the next thing. So, we're gonna talk about the first half MVPs for the Blue Jackets. And I don't think there's much argument about who's where. I guess when you start thinking about like who has the more defensive more like I don't know, people are good in different spots for the team. Like for instance, like Severson and Provorov, they're not really there to like score goals. Zach Werenski is. He's an offensive defenseman, but their impact is on the defensive side. So, we're not just going to go by points here. At least in my opinion, I'm not just going to judge us by points. I'm going to also talk about the impact on the entire team that these players have. But so right now, I will go down the points list and then we'll talk MVPs. Right now, Zach Werenski is leading in points. He has 59 points, 17 goals, 42 assists. Second place in points, Kirill Marchenko. See, he's missed 3 games now total this season. And he is just behind Werenski. He might, he's missed some games, 2 more than Werenski has. So just behind Werenski, he's got the most goals at 21 and 34 assists for 55 points. Sean Monahan also missing a lot of games, still in third place on the team as far as points goes. 14 goals, 27 assists for 41 points. Kent Johnson, then, he's climbing the ranks here pretty quickly because he's only got 42 games under his belt this season, missing, I think, 14 games total. So he's got 17 goals, 19 assists for 36 points. Dmitry Voronkov right behind him with 35 points. Van Tilly behind him, 32 points. Cole Cylinder, 27. Riemsdyk, 25. Provorov, 25. Severson, 22. Olivier, 18. A personal record for him. Chinakhov was only able to play 21 games so far this season, but he's still in 12th position with 14 points. Fabro has 13. He's been having a great year too as a defenseman. Aston Reese, 12 points. LeBanc, 12 points. Danforth, 12 points. Now he's only played 35 games this season. Sean Corrali with 11 points. Luca Del Belbalez, 15 games this season, 8 points. So if, he were to play a full 80-game season, that is on pace to be about a 40, 45-point player. So that would be sick. Putia, 46 games, 7 assists. 7 points. Christensen, 7 points. Jack Johnson, 5 points. Only played in 34 games. Jordan Harris only played in 29 games. He's got 4 points. Matejchuk, 19 games. Oh, well, he's not even up right now, is he? 3 points. This is the name that was going to confuse me a little bit. David Yurchek. He played 6 games. He had 1 point. He's not on the team anymore. But get this, the goaltender with the most points this season so far right now is Daniil Tarasov with 1 assist. Yeah, but then
Gretzky.
What?
He's chasing Gretzky.
Oh, yeah. So as far as the goaltenders go right now, by a save percentage, now he only has 5 games played, but the best save percentage currently is Jet Greaves with a 906. Then Elvis Merzlikins with a 895, which I believe is around the league average right now. And Daniil Tarasov with an 876, 14 games played. Merzlikins has Jet Greaves has 2 of his games won 1 loss, and I think he's came in 2 other games to sub in. And the Merzlikins has 19 wins and 14 losses. That's well above 500, doing great. Tarasov's at 5 wins, 7 losses. So, with all that being said, who are you going to rank at number 1?
Well, it's the guy I put on the cover photo for the show. It's Zach Werenski.
Hell yeah.
It's pretty simple and straightforward. Late last night, I pull out my iPad and I'm making the cover photo for the show. And I'm like, I'm going to put, and I didn't even really think about it. It's like, yeah, I'm just going to put Zach Werenski there. Just that, because on the graphic, it says like first half MVPs and rating hockey, your Blue Jackets jerseys and Cayden Lindstrom news and all that other stuff. And then you see who is the big, what's the picture on there that gets your attention? Zach Werenski, because he is the MVP for the Blue Jackets so far this season. There's other people you could say that could be that too, but your number one choice that is, as of right now, the definitive MVP for the first half of the season for the Blue Jackets right now is Zach Werenski. The dude has absolutely gone on a heater. He's absolutely just cooked other teams. He's on a 20-game point home streak right now. That is something that hasn't been done in years. Zach Werenski, you've always been a good player for the Blue Jackets, but this year you've really stepped it up and taken it to a whole new level. We're in February. You've already broken your record for most points in a season that you set last season. You already broke that, and we're in February. Like, we still have some time to go here where you could score more, which is amazing. You really stepped up your game. You've become Mr. Reliable in so many ways. It's offense, defense, power play, penalty killing, block shots. You've become a guy that the Blue Jackets can count on to play 20, 30 minutes a night. And it's like nothing. Like, it doesn't bug you. It's like, yeah, I played 20, 30 minutes tonight, whatever. And then you just go out there and you do it again the next game. Like it's nothing.
You only played 13 minutes last night for USA, which still got a point.
Yeah. So 13 minutes. He's probably looking like, man, this is nothing. I go on a heater. Yeah. I play 20, 30 minutes a night for the Blue Jackets. So it's
Well, I think we were concentrating more on the defensive defenseman last night because of Canada's being so stacked in the middle there.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. So Zach Werenski, you are awesome. And, I'll later on in the show, I will talk about other guys that have been MVPs for the Blue Jackets as well, because it's not just one guy, but definitively like the number one choice, no questions asked, is Zach Werenski. He's been so fun to watch. Awesome player for the Blue Jackets. He's really stepped it up, and keep going, man. Just keep going. You've been fun to watch.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I'd have to agree with you. It's got to be Z. And honestly, even if like other forwards were like, I'm not discounting Monahan at all, because if not for him missing games, he could be the MVP, the top one right now, I think. But also taking into account that Zach Werenski is also a defenseman. I mean, he has 93 blocks. Nobody else on the team except for Fabro with 96 has more blocks than Zach Werenski. I mean, out of all the forwards, I think Fantilli has 43. That's one of the most out of any of the. Well, technically, Olivier has 65. So, but 93 blocks. He kind of stepped back on the hits a little bit this year. I think since he had injured his shoulder last year.
Mhm.
But he's got the Renski's got the most takeaways yet too. On top of that, unfortunately, the most giveaways too. But most time on the ice of anybody. Like shots on goal, he has the most shots on goal. He's just a powerhouse
Mhm.
everywhere.
Yep.
And 5 power play goals. It's only second to Dmitry Voronkov with 7. Um, and he has 4 game-winning goals. That's the most of any player on the team too. So there's no undeniable. There's no denying that he is the top MVP for the Blue Jackets. Now we can
Mhm.
talk about second place a bit, and it's kind of weird because of the injuries right now with both Marchenko and Monahan being out, but yet they're still there at the in points. And Kirill Marchenko is still number 1 with his plus minus is plus of 31 in the entire NHL. So who would you truly put at second? I mean, Marchenko's got more points.
So basically, second spot for first half MVP is, you can 1A, 1B this, but it's basically Kirill Marchenko and Sean Monahan. If you want to put Sean Monahan ahead of Kirill Marchenko, fine. If you want to put Kirill Marchenko ahead of Sean Monahan, that's fine too. Because center has been an issue for the Blue Jackets for a bit now. I mean, you could really say that for most of the Blue Jackets' existence, center has been an issue. There's little moments here and there in the Blue Jackets' existence where center hasn't been an issue. They had good center depth during the 2013-2014 season, and then the last time after that they had real good center depth was the 2018-2019 season, when you basically had Pierre-Luc Dubois, Brandon Dubinsky, Riley Nash, Boone Jenner, Matt Duchene. Just outstanding center depth. And after that, it kind of went down to being not very good. And now you look at it where it's like, wow, the Blue Jackets have Adam Fantilli, and they have Sean Monahan, and they have a Luca Del Bel Belouz, and they have a Boone Jenner, and they have a Sean Corrali. And we're not even talking about the fact that a couple years from now, they're going to have Cayden Lindstrom. That is just some outstanding center depth that we haven't seen in a bit now. They just didn't have that until now. And Sean Monahan has really stepped up and helped make that center depth better. He is everything that you could have wanted when you got that deal, when you signed him to that 5-year deal in free agency. He is everything that you wanted. He's everything that you hoped for that would happen. Because, yeah, free agency, you are taking a risk when you're signing guys to a 5-year deal of, just under $6 million. That's kind of a lot of money. So you are taking a risk that this could not work out, or it could actually work out. And to Sean Monahan's credit and the Blue Jackets' credit, it has worked out. Sean Monahan has just been so awesome. He's really stepped it up in a good first line, second line center. Offense, defense, power play, penalty killing. He's been so big in the face-off circle, and it's taken off so much pressure off of Sean Corrali, because that's basically what the Blue Jackets have had to do in previous years. Is when they didn't have Boone Jenner, you needed someone to win a face-off, and that means throw Sean Corrali out there. And Sean Corrali's good at winning face-offs, but he can only do so much. So it's nice to have someone else out there that you can give him a break, and you don't feel the need to throw him out there every time you need to win a face-off. And another reason why having Sean Monahan has helped the Blue Jackets so much is that you don't have to rush Adam Fantilli. You just don't. You can let him take his time and play lower in the lineup and let him ease into it, play against less difficult matchups, and just develop and build up his game. And then when Sean Monahan has gone out with that wrist injury, Adam Fantilli, to his credit, has stepped up in that first line center role, and he's perfect because he was allowed to just develop and just take his time playing lesser minutes against lesser competition instead of throwing him to the wolves against top line competition and hoping that he does well. Adam Fantilli, because of that development, he's played so much better because of that. And now you see him play now first line minutes, and he's awesome. The last game he played against the Rangers, he played over 26 minutes. You know, he cooked Toronto's ass by playing really good and got that hat trick. He's really stepped it up and playing so good offense, defense, and power play. He got that shorthanded goal against Toronto, which is one of the goals he scored in his hat trick. He's just awesome, and that happens because you get a Sean Monahan that allows Fantilli to develop. Kirill Marchenko, ever since you've gone to the Blue Jackets, you've been an awesome player. You've really stepped it up. Every year you've gotten better. And this year is no different. You've stepped it up. You've gotten even more better. You lead the team in goals, points, and just so much more. You've become really good on defense. You're a plus 28. Offense, you're just ridiculously good. Power play, first line, second line minutes, whenever the Blue Jackets need a goal, you've been the guy that's been there for the Blue Jackets when they need a goal. You've just been awesome. So I've been kind of going on a little heater here, but a little rant. But second place for first half MVP is Kirill Marchenko and Sean Monahan. They played awesome, and they've really stepped it up. And now I'm going to let someone else talk.
Yeah. They've really stepped it up in place too. And sometimes when a player is about to go on free agency, or they know their contract is going to be coming to an end that season, they take like an extra. They go at it extra hard. It's just they are trying for that big contract, and then sometimes when they get that big contract, and they might relax a little bit, so to speak. It's like in the back of their mind, it's not, maybe they're not even like doing it on purpose, but like, okay, well, I can go a little less hard, not hurt myself, and I got that big paycheck. I just seen it happen a few times with some players around the league, but Sean Monahan absolutely didn't happen with. Boone Jenner didn't happen with. Zach Werenski didn't happen with. Damon Severson it didn't happen with. So those are the four. Kent Johnson definitely did not happen with. He's locked in for 1.8 mil with the next till through 2027, and then he's an RFA after that. So I think that's a steal for the Blue Jackets at this point. I mean, looking at the way that he evolved his game, I understand why he would have taken that deal. Just looking at the past 2 seasons that he had played, I get that he took that. I mean, it's like more than double what he was making before, because he was making like a ELC contract or whatever. But he stepped it up so hard. I mean, he's only got 42 games played with 36 points. I mean, and I don't want to like compare him to Fantilli. That's apples and oranges. They've been in the league for different amount of times too. They have slightly different skill sets, but Fantilli is at 56 games and has 32 points, which still it's fantastic for his sophomore year. It's crazy to me. So we have I would also choose Marchenko and Monahan being kind of tied, because like right now Monahan is a point per game player. He has 41 games, 41 points. Marchenko is 53 games, 55 points. That's like a 0.02. I'm making that number up. I don't actually know the math. It's like a 0.02. It's like a 1.02 points a game. So it's like they're so on par with that. Their impact has been great too. They both have around 25 blocks. Marchenko has quite a few more hits than Monahan, but then and takeaways. Marchenko has been beasting it out this year, but Monahan's such an important, experienced player out there that you can't discount that at all. Then Kent Johnson coming up with the 36 points. Him and Dmitry Voronkov are kind of playing almost on par this year. Kent Johnson 42 games, Dmitry Voronkov 47. 36 points to Johnson, 35 to Voronkov. I knew Voronkov was a good player. I knew that he was going to do very well, but I did not peg him as being fifth in points this season. It just he feels like real low key to me. Obviously, he's on a line very often with Marchenko, and at one point it was the Russian three with Chinikov in there yet too. But I just didn't peg that. I would have said I'm not trying to discount his skill at all, but it's just like it's surprising to me a little bit. He's really like all these guys are really showing up this year. You can tell that they're playing for more than just hockey too.
Yeah.
But then so him and Fantilli, I'm sorry, him and Johnson are probably about the same spot for me. And then after that, it's got to be Fantilli for me. I mean, even just going by the points, but then also he is up there in the hits. He has like the fourth most hits on the team, and he's like one of the youngest, if not the youngest, on the team. So like that's huge to see. We've got quite a few takeaways, but it does have quite a few giveaways. It's not the most on the team by far, but that's just with experience that number should lower, I'm sure. Also, you're just going to get that when you have more playing time. I mean, his average time on ice right now is 17 minutes, 40 seconds. And that's been huge. And right behind him, Cole Sillinger with 27 points. He's got 9 goals, 18 assists this year. I'd like to see him get some more goals, but he's got plenty of games to get that. It'd be amazing to see him be a 20 plus goal scorer this year. That would be sick. And I honestly think he's able to do that fairly easily. But he's also been huge on the assists. And, he's been playing his role very good, if not like exceeding expectations as well, like with Voronkov. So, Van Riemsdyk, great addition in this offseason. Van Riemsdyk is just a $900,000 contract. He's a UFA at the end of this year, but he's been putting up 11 goals, 14 assists, and he's been doing wonders out there. Another just a really experienced guy. I mean, I love what Waddell did. He knew we already have these really young guys, so why don't we get the experienced ones to do what you were saying earlier, Kev, and allow them to develop, then also help show them the way. I mean, I think Jack Johnson has been a valuable asset to the Columbus Blue Jackets. I mean, he's not played even in half their games, but because of his long-term experience in the NHL, I think like his impact is greater than maybe some other players due to I don't know exactly what's going on, but you can definitely see the defense has changed. The defense has changed, and it's not just their skills; it's a mental thing. I think that it's trending the right direction. So
but so Hartsey, I know you like the Flyers here, but from your outsider perspective, your thoughts on this whole first half MVP thing for the Blue Jackets?
Like my opinion on who I think the first half MVP is? Those comments?
Yeah, just that and just anything in general.
I mean, I think you guys made a great case with Werenski. Obviously he's been that valuable asset for you guys for like ever.
Yeah.
Like as long as I can remember, like even like keeping up with the Columbus Blue Jackets. But obviously having that defenseman that can just score and keep the puck, not I was gonna say keep the puck out of the net, but that's the goaltender's job. But he's obviously, he's done his job and he's done it well. And And obviously that should be your MVP, considering
Yeah.
that he's just that damn good.
He's got 2 more points than his best year ever. His best year ever last year was 57 points, and that was in 70 games. He's played 55 games.
It's almost like he's good at hockey, or like, you know what I mean? Like, my goodness, this guy.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, something tells me that this guy knows what he's doing.
And something tells me this isn't the end of that
No.
either. Like,
And yeah, I like Adam Fantilli. He's been someone that, being that young player that is just going to be, out there for a while, and he's probably going to be like the next. Hopefully he's the next big thing over there.
the next Rick Nash, so to speak.
Rick Nash,
Yeah.
and
I think he'll be better than Nash, but not this kind of Nash. But it's Fantilli.
yeah.
Right.
The bar can only go so high over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Because
and the Blue Jackets are that kind of team where I feel like it's like you're as good as the player next to you. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like it is over there. But then again, I don't know too much. I'm just a dumb Flyers fan.
No, I like what you said there. Like that you're as good as the player next to you, and I think Waddell was really aiming to help that out with getting these experienced guys and pairing them with the younger guys too, and that's cool. So one last thing is for MVPs. I mean, I'm assuming it's Merzlikins, but who's your goalie MVP? I mean, he's got the most wins. Got the best record.
It has to be, and then it has to be Elvis Merzlikins, because he's really stepped it up and played good and helped the Blue Jackets win so many games. There's been games this season that the Blue Jackets win just because of Elvis Merzlikins, that he was just that good. Maybe the other parts of the Blue Jackets game weren't kind of having an off night and weren't playing the greatest, but they won a game because of Elvis Merzlikins. And honorable mention to Danil Tarasov and Jet Greaves too, because when given the chance, they've looked good and they've helped the Blue Jackets win some games too. It's the Elvis Merzlikins show. He's really stepped it up and played so good. And there is a progression, because 2022-2023 season was not good at all for him. Last season was much better. There was improvement. This season, he's even better. So that's great to see. And I also think that you look, when Elvis Merzlikins has been at his best, it's been under 2 coaches, John Tortorella and Dean Evison, guys that are nice people, but they don't put up with your shit. You're like, we like you, we like that you're playing good, but we're not putting up with your shenanigans anymore. Just put that off to the side and get it done.
You're right, though. I think that was a big coaching thing. I really do. Yeah.
It just,
he let him do it last year. I think that Vincent let him do a little too much. But
yeah.
anyway,
So it's just like, no more shit, no more shenanigans, no more. Just go out there and play your game. Because this past season, Elvis Merzlikins' shenanigans cost the Blue Jackets a game. The game against the Capitals. The Blue Jackets are in overtime, and the Blue Jackets have the puck in their offensive zone, and it's a 3-on-2, and there's a good chance you're going to score there to win the game, and the play gets whistled because Elvis Merzlikins unfortunately lets his emotions get the best of him, and he punches Tom Wilson, and the Capitals go on the power play. They score, and the Blue Jackets lose that game because Elvis Merzlikins lost his cool. He let his shenanigans get in the way. This year, you do not see that. He's not letting his shenanigans get in the way. You do not see that. You've seen it where Merzlikins, like, he'll get really upset and
He'll stick up for himself.
He'll stick up for himself, and he'll let in a goal, and you'll see him get like really upset, and like you could see it like he's saying fuck, like he let in a goal, fuck. But
I think all goalies do that though.
yeah, they
Yeah.
do. That they do, but like it's just him just getting upset, and you saying like fuck, I let in a goal, but that's it. There is no any other stuff after that. Where in previous years, you would see him be visibly upset that he let in a goal, and you could read his lips, and he'd be like fuck, and then get really upset, and then shortly after that, he gives up another one after that because he just let it get to him. He's not letting it get to him this year. And I think in part that has a lot to do with Dean Evison and even Don Waddell saying like, dude, you're just go out there and play your game and no more shenanigans. Just don't do that anymore. And he's done that, and it's not only benefited him, but it's benefited the Blue Jackets. Elvis Merzlikins has been awesome. Kent Johnson, we've already talked about him, but I gotta say he's also another first half MVP. Dude has really stepped it up big time. Offense, defense, power play, penalty killing, power play. He's just first line, second line minutes. He's just been awesome. Honorable mention, Matthew Olivier. He's really stepped it up offensively. 10 goals, offense, defense, penalty killing, power play. There's just so many people that you could talk about that have just played so good. So that's shout out to everyone for playing good and just stepping up. And what Hartsey is saying there is you're only good as your guy next to you. I do think that is a thing, and it's the Blue Jackets are playing to that. It's benefiting them, and it's really bringing them up. So shout out to everyone. You're playing good. You're really stepping up, and those are some of our first half MVPs for the season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hope they keep it up. Make those
Yeah.
fucking playoffs, man.
And it's hard to say, like, who's the most improved too, because I think that can count towards being an MVP. We talked about that a bit. Like Olivier he's having a record-breaking year for himself. So, love to see it. Love to see it. So, we got a little bit more fun stuff. You got some photos for us here,
Yeah,
and we're gonna rank some hockey jerseys.
Yeah, I do. But before I get to that, there's some news about Blue Jackets prospect Cayden Lindstrom that I want to share. Is that in a recent article that Aaron Portzline wrote, one of the things he wrote in that article is that there are multiple Big Ten schools and other colleges that are looking at Blue Jackets prospect Cayden Lindstrom that are trying to get him to come to play at their respective school. Now, why that matters is that it used to be a thing that if you played hockey up in Canada, you could not go to a college. It was either you go to college or you go play in Canada for a junior team. That was the end of that. However, though, last year there was a big court case that came down that basically said that if you play in Canada for a junior team, you can now transfer to a college team. And that is huge for so many people because there's people that probably would be better suited to go play for a college, but they couldn't have done that because of that rule. Because it's like, okay, you're playing good in junior, good on you for doing that. But is there really much else left over for you to prove in junior? And for some people, more likely than not, the answer is no, there isn't much left for you to prove. It would be better suited for you if you could go to college or minor league so you can get more better competition and step up your game. Now people can do that. And Cayden Lindstrom is one of those guys that falls into that category of he's currently with a junior team up in Canada, the Medicine Hat Tigers, and he could theoretically, if he wanted to, go to play at a college. And I said something on the show's Twitter page, and I'm paraphrasing it, but basically that this is not me no disrespect to Ohio State, but realistically,
Oh boy.
I do not want Cayden Lindstrom at Ohio State as my first option for hockey. I just don't. Sorry, I just don't. And as you can see in the background right there, there's my Ohio State flag right there. I like Ohio State. So don't come at me with the, you hate Ohio State. No, we're not doing that. That is cringe. That is a lame excuse for people that don't know how to handle criticism of Ohio State. So we're not doing the you hate Ohio State thing. I got no time for that. We're not doing that. Okay, so we're not doing that. You have to understand, and most people understand this, that historically speaking, Ohio State is a football school and only a football school. The top talent when it comes to like basketball or baseball or hockey or any other sport is not going to Ohio State. If you're good at football, then absolutely get your ass to Ohio State. Go play football at Ohio State. Go do it. You will absolutely dominate there. You will absolutely just cook. You will absolutely develop into an outstanding elite talent that will then go on to the NFL and play awesome for a respective NFL team. You cannot say that about Ohio State hockey or Ohio State basketball or Ohio State baseball, basketball. Pick a sport.
You can about women's hockey. That's it.
Women's
the
hockey.
women's hockey program is fantastic.
I would totally go there if that's what I was doing.
Like,
yeah,
okay, the women's hockey, but put that, credit to the women's hockey team for being consistently good and winning national championships and making NCAA tournament appearances. But we're talking about NHL, so we'll put them off to the side. Cayden Lindstrom is one of the best prospects for the Blue Jackets. He has elite potential, top-notch talent. Ohio State's not the first choice. When you, from Ohio State men's perspective, who does not have a very good track record of developing talent, sorry, I don't want him in that environment. And I tweeted this and someone came at me and it's like, no, they put talent in the NHL. And then they showed me this list of like 20 guys and it was mid. And it's like, okay, that's not a very good list. And you proved my point. You proved my point. There was like 2 or 3 guys on that list that you can make an argument that are actually good. It's just average at best players. I don't want that for Cayden Lindstrom. Sorry. If he goes to a college, my top preference is I want him going to a school like a Boston College, like a Minnesota, like a Michigan, because those schools have history of being consistently good at hockey and developing elite talent. So that's just my opinion here. If
he said Michigan,
if Cayden, if in some hypothetical scenario, if Cayden Lindstrom makes the decision to go to Ohio State, I'll support you and I hope everything goes well. But it's not my first choice. Sorry.
So
it's just not. Just my opinion.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from there, especially with like just seeing how his development could improve if he went to a true hockey school. Now we have a comment from from Jason Newland. He is a hockey reporter for Fuck, dude, I always mess it
Is
up. It's the hockey writers, right? Or the
hockey
hockey news.
writers, hockey news. It's
Anyway,
one of those.
I'm
you know.
sorry. Just look him up. He's on
Me.
Twitter and everything. Fire the cannon. And
That's pretty
so he says the CBJ wants to keep Lindstrom close. This isn't about anything other than that, and him going to college would have nothing to do with developing him. So that is one thing. There was an article recently that came out that was talking about how Don Waddell, actually called the coach in Medicine Hat. It was Willie Desjardins. Desjardins. I don't know. I may. Yeah. So he's Waddell said that he didn't want the coach to have expectations that Lindstrom was for sure coming back. He didn't want to say it's 100%, but he's gotten this far in the season. Maybe it's better for him to continue to work out and train in Columbus. So I totally understand that. And Jason has another comment that says the main reason why he hasn't gone back to Medicine Hat is because they don't want him away from the team. Yeah. Medicine Hat, probably a great place to play, great place to develop. But the fact of the matter is it's not an NHL team with NHL regiments, doctors, and trainers. And, even if he doesn't get to play a game in any league this year, I think being in Columbus is the best bet. So I believe that recently he had been seen skating around a little bit,
Yep.
just chilling. But this article also mentioned that he will be returning to skating a little harder, basically like no contact, and that he may be like healthy enough to play like mid-March, maybe. So yeah, I don't know exactly how that would work. Like the NHL, if you're hurt for like the whole season, like, do you have to play? Like, if you have like a 5-year contract and you miss 90% of the games, do you have to play 6 years there now? I don't
Yeah.
know. Anyway.
I'm gonna give a slight pushback here to Jason's comment here. I understand what he's getting at here, but in the part of this comment where he says it has nothing to do with developing him, that should matter to a certain degree. You should, regardless of where you put him, there should be some input on hoping that they develop him. You don't want one of your top prospects just going there and they're not having any sort of development there, because then you don't, in my opinion, you just don't want to be in a spot to where you had a number 4 pick. Let's just be honest here. The Blue Jackets didn't have a very good season last season. It was certainly better compared to the season before. You had 58 points and you got 66 points. So there is improvement there. It was better in that way. But when you have a 4th overall pick, you don't get that much. And you don't get a guy like a Cayden Lindstrom that often. So it is very important that wherever he goes, that there is development there, and that whether that be Ohio State or Michigan or Minnesota or Boston College or wherever he goes, if he goes the college route, that there is some sort of development. I just don't want him being there, just sitting there wasting away, just doing nothing, because then you just wasted a fourth overall pick that you don't get chances like that often. And I do recognize that there is value in having Cayden Lindstrom close by, which is a benefit of him being at Ohio State, that he would just be down the road, 10 minutes tops. You could go there, see him just about any time you want. You could be like, hey, Rick Nash, go see him today. And give us an update. What's going on? Don Waddell could go there. Anyone from the Blue Jackets organization could go there. So there is positive benefits to that. I just have a little doubt and a little bit of worry. It's like, when historically speaking, the Ohio State men's hockey team isn't the greatest at hockey. They don't develop the greatest talent in the NHL. Don't necessarily want him in that environment. I would want him in a better environment to develop from a hockey standpoint. So I get it. And then for this comment, some stuff I'd like to say is that I do agree with what Jason is saying here, is that there have been some people that have ripped on the Blue Jackets for how they've handled Cayden Lindstrom because, his back injury, and why did we take a guy with a back injury, and, he should be playing right now and stuff like that. But no, the Blue Jackets are handling it the correct way, because a guy like that, again, you just spent a 4th overall pick on him not that long ago. You better damn do it right, correctly. And like a back injury, that can be tricky. It has to be done right, and they're doing it correctly. They're having him in an environment where he is seeing NHL doctors every day. They took him to a surgeon that does surgeries for NHL players. The surgery that he had on his back it's not an exact thing, but it's basically similar to what Jack Eichel had. And not that long ago, that wasn't seen as an issue. That, Jack Eichel, he's got to have a thing in his neck, and it looked risky and teams didn't want to do it. But then he ended up getting it, and now he's fine. He's playing really good for Vegas, and he helped them win a Stanley Cup. And obviously he's playing good for Team USA. It's a similar thing for Cayden Lindstrom. They're taking that similar route, and it's no disrespect to Medicine Hat. I'm sure they got good doctors too that could take care of them. But if you have your choice, what are you picking? Medicine Hat or Blue Jackets? You're going to pick the Blue Jackets. And he's not playing games, which isn't ideal, but where he is getting development is that he is in an NHL environment from the moment they picked him from the draft to development camp. He's been included in the candle vigil for Johnny Gaudreau and Matthew Gaudreau, hanging out with his teammates there. He was hanging out with his future teammates at the Ohio State football game when the Blue Jackets had a get together there. The Blue Jackets players had a Halloween party. He got invited to that, and he was participating in that. He's been seen hanging out with Boone Jenner and Eric Branson. Recently, one of the donkey hat videos when the Blue Jackets won a game, you see it in the video. Cayden Lindstrom is there hanging out in the Blue Jackets locker room. He's going to Blue Jackets games like that. I like that he's being included in stuff and he's getting development. So that's just me kind of going on a little rant there about Cayden Lindstrom.
Yeah, his operation was called a microdiscectomy. Here, I'll find that again real quick because I kind of lost it. Cayden Lindstrom. So the microdiscectomy was to alleviate nerve pain in his back. So I don't think it's not like it's like a slip. It's not like he fractured his back or anything like that. It's nerve pain. So hopefully that helps a lot. But anyway, yeah, we're kind of.
So, all right. So now we will now go on to the, ranking hockey jersey portion of the show, and continuing with the whole Big Ten theme, we are going to do some Big Ten hockey jerseys as well as, some Blue Jackets jerseys as well. So first things first, here's the first hockey jersey we're going to rank. We have Wisconsin, starting off with a little Big Ten flavor. We have Wisconsin, and it is a red jersey with Wisconsin and white letters, and kind of going in the style of like what the Rangers use. And I think this is a pretty good jersey. It's decent. So
boring. It reminds me of the Detroit ones for the upcoming outdoor game.
Yeah, but it's
not bad.
It's not.
It's not extravagant. It's a little boring, but it would look really nice with the numbers and the name on the back, though, too.
Yeah. what I do like about it, it really does kind of give off kind of like that old school, like hockey sort of feel because it's got like the laces and the collar, and you look at it, it's like old school hockey sort of thing when you look at it. So that's just me. Hartsey, your thoughts on this jersey?
Yeah, Lance is right. Boring. It's you don't have to do much for Wisconsin. It's just red and white.
Yeah.
So they did what they had to do. There's no point in going all out for such a, you know, there's no point in going all out.
So all right. So there's
If it was
that.
just if it were just the W right here,
Yeah.
then it would
You're
be
not on
nice.
camera. We can't see you, so I'm assuming you mean like the middle of the chest.
Oh yeah, I am. I forgot I'm not on camera. That's yeah. Obviously,
Right there.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I
Alright.
totally
They had
get it.
this, like, the
We just have to
dope
give you
that
some
they-
shit.
I hear you.
All right, what's the next one we got?
All right. So next one it is continuing with the the Big Ten theme is is we're going up to Minnesota, and we've reviewed their jerseys before, but I found a different one that I think is cool, and we're going to do this one instead. And as you can see up here on the screen, it's a red jersey and it's got white stripes, yellow outlined in white stripes, and it's, of course, Minnesota's called the Golden Gophers, and we have a gopher with a hockey stick and a puck, and he's wearing skates, and I just think that's really cool. I like that logo.
Yeah, I like the Gopher one a lot. And I think that I would choose this maroon one with the yellow and white striping with the Gopher logo.
Yeah.
I really like the logo of the yellow one, the one that's on the yellow one,
Yeah.
better,
Oh.
but I like the maroon jersey better
Yeah.
because
I mean,
I don't know.
it looks like a good tarp. Obvious.
Yeah, like
I'm a
that's
big
solid.
fan of the goofy gopher playing hockey on the jersey.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. It's giving Washington football team vibes with those colors.
Yes, it is.
I get that.
It's
Yeah.
giving Washington Red Commanders team.
And their other one
That's what
is
that
more
reminds me
like
of
the Preds,
with those
all
colors.
yellow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give that jersey 3 big booms. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. So
All right, fair.
I
Is that the cannons firing? Anyway, love it.
All right,
On the next.
Are we going on to the next jersey here?
we are indeed going on to the next jersey.
Shit, dude.
So, continuing on to the jersey is we have some jerseys from Ohio State. We are continuing the Big Ten flavor, which is
Ooh.
so these are new jerseys that Ohio State has for this season. They have a red jersey, but this is their white jersey, and then the one on the left is kind of like a more like old school kind of like looking jersey, which I think looks awesome.
These are really dope. I wish that I would have
they
seen.
look. It has that distinct Ohio State vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can tell just by like the striping that, hey, this is an Ohio State jersey.
Yeah, for
You know.
sure.
I'm not a big fan of the off white, not because of not because it's off white, but I'm not just a big fan of the giant Ohio State thing on there. If it was just like if it was just like the O, then it would be fine.
Yeah.
Other than that,
cool.
I mean, the jersey looks pretty fine. That's like, I'll give that 3 big booms on the boom meter.
All right. See, so like I
Boom,
would have
boom,
liked to
boom.
have
That's what I
seen
think.
the
That's my ranking.
Is my mic muted?
Also, kind of confused on why the captions are in Chinese.
Oh,
Or
yeah. So when I don't get that either, why it's in Chinese, but before the show when I was when actually well during the show when I was, Hefty Duck was talking, I often do this. Hefty Duck talks and then like I just start in the background, I start pulling stuff up to get ready for the show. And I went to Google and I typed in Ohio State hockey jerseys and I saw this and I clicked on it and it's in Chinese. I don't know why it's in Chinese, but it's in Chinese. But Hefty Duck, your thoughts on these Ohio State jerseys?
Jeez.
if he's even
So
here, I think he's.
I'm about to mute you. Can you not hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I can't hear him.
What do you mean? Is that why you're talking over me the whole fucking time? It's cool. It's cool. All right. So now you're muted. I wish I would have seen the off-white one not next to the bright white one. But
Yeah.
although the ice is really bright white too, so you're gonna see the off-white compared to the bright white. Because I really like it. Now, my favorite part of both these jerseys, I'll explain for the audio listeners a little bit. So the old school one has red shoulders with just the words Ohio with an awkward a really big gap between Ohio and state. I wish that gap was shrunk a little bit more, like the words were closer together. And then it's got 4 stripes on the sleeves. It alternates red and silver with a black line between the stripes. That's cool. I kind of would like to switch the stripes with the pure white one, which is a thin black stripe, a slightly larger gray silver stripe, and then an even larger scarlet. And then he did the silver and black then after that too. So would have liked it. I like both jerseys a lot, but my favorite part of all of these is they have, in place of where the NHL logo goes on an NHL jersey, they have a
Yep.
Buckeye leaf.
Yep.
That's just cool to me. It's such a little minor detail that I just love it. Why can't you? I don't know why you can't hear me, bro. So anyway, on to the next.
So that's just another picture of it. Another thing to consider here is that I've seen it, the space in the middle, that they have numbers there, so that's why it's like that. But I really like these. They're both good jerseys, but if I had to pick, I'm definitely picking the kind of off-white, kind of old school looking one because it looks really cool to me. Kind of has that old school sort of vibe for that. Now, we are now going to leave the Big Ten and go to the NHL. And we're going to have, these Minnesota.
He'll be right back. He's trying to fix the audio thing.
Yeah, Hartsey will be right back. These Minnesota jerseys that they used to wear, and the one that I really like, there's Hartsey.
All right.
You hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Good. The jerseys that I've always been, from Minnesota's perspective, I've always been a big fan of their green jersey with the off-colored white and a Minnesota Wild across it. The red one's okay too, but I've really liked the green jersey here, the green with the off-colored white and Minnesota Wild across it. That's just me though.
The Minnesota looks kind of reminds you of I think the Milwaukee Brewers, Milwaukee spelled out,
Yeah.
it kind of has that banner underneath. It looks almost like a baseball font, but maybe it's just kind of a classic font.
Yeah.
Personally, the green one's my favorite too. It's all green with some off-white striping on it. It's beautiful looking. There's a slight tint of red around the collar, and then the word wild is in the little flag banner underneath Minnesota, and that's the word wild is red too, or maroon, whatever the hell that color is. And I like it paired with the green pants and the green helmet too. That's just, fantastic one. I like the maroon one too up top. It's their traditional colors. It looks to me it kind of looks a little Christmassy, but it's not, and I get it. I like it. But then the fully white one, it's okay. I like the original the wild logo with the bear head and
Yeah.
the forest in it and everything. It's a cool logo. But
Mhm.
probably my least favorite out of the three.
Yeah. What you thinking here, Heartsy?
You're gonna hate me, but I don't like these jerseys.
What's your
I
beef with the
never.
green one?
It's not that it's not the green one. I just feel like everything is all mixed up and jorbled and fucked up. I just feel like the front crest on like the logo is just like I feel like the whole. I'm not a big fan of like the baseball word mark BS. I don't really like that all too
It's
much.
fair.
And the big circle logo I think is goofy. I don't like that either. I'm a big fan of the original Wild uniforms in Jersey from like when they first came into the league. Those are the best Wild jerseys, and I don't know why they changed them. They need to change them back immediately to those, and not those.
No.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
fair. Everyone's
it's
entitled to
one
their
big
opinion.
boom. It's
Yeah.
one big boom for me.
One big boom. All right. So on to well, we said I'd rate Blue Jackets jerseys. So on to the next one. Obviously, the correct retro jersey, not that red ripoff Capitals jersey, which is awful. Just no. Uh, just my opinion here. This is the best retro jersey that the Blue Jackets did. It is much more conceivable that this could be seen as a Blue Jackets jersey, much more recognizable because there's actually blue on the jersey that you can see. There was blue on that red ripoff Capitals jersey, but you really had to pay attention to it. It's better. You can see it. It's blue Jackets. It
Yeah.
makes sense. I have one of these jerseys, and what also makes it stand out is they did make a slight change to this jersey because it is based off of the jersey from 2003 where it was like dark blue and then black shoulders. They switched it. Instead of using the dark blue on the shoulders, they use more of a light blue on the shoulders, similar to what the Blue Jackets use in their third jersey, which I like. So
Yeah.
overall, this is pretty good, and they did much better the second time for reverse retro, and you could actually look at it and said, there's actually believable that this could be a Blue Jackets jersey because, there's actually blue on it.
Right. Right. Uh so the Blue Jackets' full colors are red, white, and blue due to having the Ohio State flag on the front of the jersey. And
Yeah,
you could almost claim silver too because it's in the star.
yeah,
But red, out of all three of those colors, red is the most secondary color, or like
yes,
the most tertiary color, or whatever. It's like the least important. And just the full red uniform. Now I believe that they had a blue stripe around the waist
yeah,
of the red reverse retros.
yeah,
Uh, so the only thing that I would argue with this this reverse retro jersey with the blue shoulders, white stripe, and everything is that I wish that they would have matched the blues from the flag on the front of the logo and then the blue on the jerseys. I wish they could have found some happy medium there between
yeah,
that, or maybe like, and I understand now why maybe they wouldn't have it. I don't know how far ahead they were planning for this, but the Canon logo that they have for the outdoor jerseys,
yeah.
um, I think would have looked sick on these, and
Mhm.
maybe taking out the red yet a little bit too,
Yeah,
or even just like all like changing the alternate ones. The cream colored, uh, the third jerseys with the can on 'em. Like, just changing that logo to pure white instead of, like, the off-white, and then the same blue for the cannons and silver for the cannons, but overall, my favorite reverse retro jersey by far.
yes. No, I mean, Minnesota did pretty good reverse retros too, because they basic tribute to the North Stars, and now they have that as an alternate jersey because it did so well. But another reason why this jersey for the Blue Jackets has done well is that I go to Blue Jackets games now, and you see a lot of people wearing this jersey. That's when you know that it's a good jersey, when you see people wearing it. You go to a Blue Jackets game, and you do see some people wear the other retro jersey for the Blue Jackets, but it's very minimal. It's a very small group of people. It just did not go well. I can remember when October 2021, I was in Columbus for the first 2 games of that season, and there was just red jerseys everywhere. No one was buying, generally speaking, no one was buying them. It kind of sent the message. It's like, yeah, this one was a dud. And generally speaking, no one wanted it. Now it's like, good luck trying to find this jersey at the Blue Jackets store. It's maybe 1 or 2 of them left. It's just that hard. It's much more well received, and you see a lot more people wearing this jersey at a Blue Jackets game.
Yeah.
So, anyways, there's that. Now, on to the next one, which is so we just, they're stereotypical normal jerseys for the Blue Jackets. And they're all good in my opinion, but obviously Cayden is the best, followed by the regular home jersey, followed by the regular away jersey. The main logo that the Blue Jackets use is a very underrated logo, and I like it because it is an Ohio flag. You're marketing towards Ohio because there's Blue Jacket fans all over Ohio. But most people don't know that this logo that the Blue Jackets use is based off of an Ohio cavalry unit flag used in the Union Army during the Civil War. So that is another way that the Blue Jackets are using their Civil War theme, and I like that. However, though, that being said, Cayden jersey number 1 because Cayden, it looks cool. Cayden, another way to use the Blue Jackets Civil War theme, and the dark blue with the light blue, the 2 colors that the Union Army wore, and with the silver with like the vintage cream sort of white sort of thing. I like that. It's good. And then the white looks good too. And then they made an improvement with the white jersey by having blue pants, because they used to have red pants, but now it's blue pants, and it just looks better. So overall, it's a pretty good set there.
Yeah, I totally agree. I agree with the rankings and everything. Can first, home, and then away. The only complaint I have here with anything is that I wish that they also wore their away pants for home. I think it would be cool with the all blue jersey, then the all blue pants with that thin red stripe at the bottom, because they have it on their home jerseys. There's that thin red stripe going around the whole thing with the white stripe next to it. And I just really like that a lot. Yeah, but the third jerseys, man, it's my favorite. I mean, it was hard not to just buy those jerseys when I was really getting into buying jerseys and stuff. But Beezer, which one of these is your favorite from a little bit of an outside perspective here? Oh, last thing I gotta say is there also, like, a lot of people don't realize that the flag makes a C for
Right.
Columbus. A lot of people just don't realize that. I mean, until someone tells you that. So, yeah. Anyway, Beezer.
I like the home jerseys the best. I know that's going to make some people upset, but I do like the home jerseys the most. I don't know why. I just feel like it does enough.
Mhm.
It does enough for it being, just a simple home jersey. Obviously, I my all-time favorite Blue Jackets jersey is the original Blue Jackets jersey from inauguration year or inaugural year. But I do think the alternate jersey is, very good. It's just not really my favorite. I don't know why. I don't know why it just doesn't click with me like how I really thought it would. Maybe I have to see it in person more. But it's not. None of the Blue Jackets jerseys are bad. I just feel like they're a little basic, and sometimes basic is good. You don't got to do
More
too much.
exciting than the
Yeah.
Wisconsin one or
Yeah.
Minnesota. Wisconsin, yeah.
It was Wisconsin. Yeah, Wisconsin sucked. I'm not a big fan of the blue pants though. I don't like the blue pants.
All right. Everyone's
Like,
entitled.
That's fine. All right, so there's that. So that concludes the rating hockey jersey portion of the show. Almost done here. I still have some stuff to share here, and then we can get out of here. So, of course, there is a little 2-week break here. So the Blue Jackets haven't played a hockey game in a bit here, and with that, that means that players have a little off time, a little free time to do what they want. And for some guys, that means going to Florida, which is guys like Erica Branson and Jordan Harris and Jake Christensen. They're all hanging out down in Florida. You see them post stuff on social media about it. And then you see stuff where like Elvis Merzlikins is hanging out with his family, going out to a restaurant and doing stuff with his kid and a whole bunch of other stuff. And then Boone Jenner, he's hanging out with his wife. And then obviously Zach Werenski, he's participating in the Four Nations Cup, and you see pictures online of his fiance posting stuff of him doing stuff up in Canada at the Four Nations tournament. And there's pictures that have been posted that, Zach Werenski is hanging out with his nephew. So that's cool. And then for Adam Fantilli, this past Friday, he was seen at the Michigan hockey game hanging out there, and Michigan hockey posted a picture. So I'm going to share that picture. So we can share that. So I'm gonna put that up on this. I'm gonna put that up on the screen. Gotta go find it first, but I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Okay, so here it is. I'm gonna put it up on the screen, and there it is. There's Adam Fantilli hanging out at the Michigan hockey game this past Friday. Michigan played Minnesota. So that's cool, Adam Fantilli.
Was Whitelaw playing his former school?
No, William Whitelaw originally played at Wisconsin.
I always switch those two in my mind around. I don't know why.
But
one of those states.
So yeah, so Blue Jackets prospect William Whitelaw plays for Michigan, and Adam Fantilli, he was seen hanging out at the Michigan hockey game there. So that's, that's cool. I have a video that involves William Whitelaw and Adam Fantilli. So I'm going to go play that video as well. So I'm going to put that up on the screen. I'm going to share this. So, as you're going to see, we're going to have William Whitelaw, and he's going to, in a nice suit and tie, and he's walking to the game.
Looking sharp.
And there he is right there. There he is There he is skating onto the ice right there. Now, next up, Adam Fantilli's going to come up. See, there he is. There's Adam Fantilli right there. And then Adam Fantilli after the game is he's hanging out with a man in a wheelchair and taking a picture with him. So that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
So there's Adam Fantilli hanging out with a fellow Michigan fan who is sitting in a wheelchair. So that's cool, So that's cool. There's Adam Fantilli taking a picture with a fellow Michigan man like he is.
Kind of like 90s here today.
So there's that. I have something. What else do I? Yes. So I saw the Wild post this on their Instagram page, and it's really cool, and I had to share it. Their season ticket holders, if you were a season ticket holder for the Minnesota Wild, you could play in a mini golf event where you basically play mini golf all over the arena from like the press spot, from like the press box to like the Wild locker room and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I saw that. It's like, man, that looks cool, man. Like, I want the Blue Jackets to do something like that. I want to play mini golf at Nationwide Arena. So I'm going to play this video. It was just so cool. Look at this. They're playing mini golf at the arena. Look at this. They're playing mini golf inside the press box. This is so cool.
That's the I can't tell if it's that's the bottom of the press box.
Look at this. They're playing mini golf in the press box. Like, that's
awesome.
Cool.
And there's one out on the ice there too. You got to see.
I'll back that up.
That's
like,
cool.
Look at that. You're playing mini golf on the ice. Like, how cool is that?
Imagine just like whacking your ball like over the edge of it, and you have to go get it on the ice.
It's like, damn.
Well, actually, I can't tell if their ice is on there or not, or if it's just like, do they drain it? Because I don't see the lines on it either. Maybe I'm just crazy.
No, I see it.
I see one of the lines. Yeah, I would imagine like that'd be a lot of water to go through if you.
No, and the thing is, they don't. I'll explain it to you at a later time. We're already over by like 39 minutes.
Word. Okay. That's cool.
No, but share your thought, Heartsy. Share your thought. Just you can make it.
No, I was gonna say like the way. I was gonna talk about the ice and how they, how the ice does.
Oh yeah, because you have background information. You actually work like in an arena.
Yeah, I have the inside scoop. But no, I like this. I wish they actually. I'm pretty sure the Flyers are doing something like this in a couple of days. They're having a whole carnival actually.
Yeah, because here, Kevin's next video is the Wild doing putt wild too.
Putt wild.
Yeah, that's what it said. That's what the sign said. Yeah, and
so
they have like cardboard cutouts of players you had to shoot through.
You can hit like Joel Eriksson neck in the shins with a golf ball.
So like it says, putt wild. So there you go. So there
go 5-hole with the little golf ball. They don't even have the goalie in goal. Who is that in goal?
That's
Kirill Kaprizov.
Yeah.
Why is Kaprizov the goaltender?
And Fleury's just like standing to the left,
I guess he's letting him. I guess he's letting Kirill take over. In that, can you believe this is Marc-Andre Fleury's last season?
Oh, I know, it's so crazy. like he played his last game in I believe what was it, Montreal earlier
Yeah.
this season, like not that long ago, and yeah, it was emotional for those fans too because they saw him play
I
there
don't
for
even
a
like
long time.
Marc-Andre Fleury like that because he destroyed my Flyers forever. My goodness, he's been in the league for about almost for the same amount of time that I've been alive.
Is that actually
No,
real?
that's factual.
And then, of course, you got the big blow up inflatable thing where you shoot hockey pucks into it and everything. That's just cool. Now look at this. Look at this. This is you're playing mini golf inside the Minnesota Wild locker room. I want something like this for the Blue Jackets. Why can't I play mini golf? If I'm a season ticket holder for the Blue Jackets, I want to play mini golf inside the Blue Jackets locker room like these Wild season ticket holders get to do.
That's awesome. Some Blue Jackets have some really nice locker rooms too. And they might too. I've seen a lot of season ticket holders that like taking pictures in the room or whatnot too. That's pretty cool.
You're playing mini golf inside the Wild locker room. I want this for the Blue Jackets.
This guy, does he actually make a hole in one? Oh, he does. Good putt.
And then look at this. As we said in the other video, you're playing mini golf on the ice. How cool is that? I want to do that for the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, that's crazy. I've been all over nationwide, but actually I've never been down on the ice yet. That would be really cool.
Like, damn, like Blue Jackets, if you ever watch this, hear me out here. Mini golf at Nationwide Arena.
Sometimes I hope they don't watch, but I'm playing.
Yeah, but mini golf at the Blue Jackets at Nationwide Arena, I would do it. I would absolutely do it. So there's that, and I think that. Well, I think that is it. I'll do my I'll check. I'm gonna check my bookmarks one more time. No way, actually, I take that back. So recently it was Valentine's Day, and the Blue Jackets posted stuff and different themed Valentines with different Blue Jackets players. So I'm gonna share them. The first one is Dante Fabro, and it says your Fabroless.
Fabulous. I like it.
I like that. So next we have Kromarchenko to I march to the beat of your heart. So that's
March.
good. Yeah,
Love
March. It. Yeah. You're Dmitry Voronkov. You're a 10.
That's his number.
Yeah, that's his number. Okay, that's
Love
good. It. Yeah. Matthew Olivier, you're all he ever wanted.
Oh, I get it.
This is his nickname, like Olivier.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just explaining it for anyone who might not know, or like it's easy seeing the picture. It's obvious for me seeing the picture, but if I just was listening, Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, for any of the audio listeners out there not wondering what's happening, womp 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 womp.
Watch us live, YouTube, Twitter.
Yeah, it is. It is. Kent Johnson. They did a Kent Johnson theme one that said, "Kent, you be mine." So,
holy jumping.
That one's a bit of a stretch, but like
yeah.
I don't know what else you would have came up with there for Kent Johnson.
Okay. On to the next one. I'm silly for you, Cole Sillinger.
That's cute.
So there's that.
Fuck.
Sean Corrali, I Corrali like you.
Oh,
like I really like.
I get it.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, you make one for Ivan Provorov. Says, "Show me your provies." Show me
You're banned. We're
Yeah.
fine. All right, what's the next one?
Okay. Next one. As Zach Aston Reese, you make my heart Aston Reese.
Oh,
So
race.
Aston's in
My
like
heart
parentheses, so you make my heart race, I guess. So you make my heart Aston race. Yeah.
He's
I-
terrible.
You know, they're trying, okay?
Yeah,
They're trying.
I hear. Yeah, they
Good
look.
They're trying.
They put more effort in than I ever would on Valentine's Day.
I actually did some art for them for last Valentine's Day.
You did.
You could make your own like card, and like they had like little like almost like emoji kind of things you could
Let's
add
see.
to your card.
Okay.
I made the heart said CBJ around it, and then I made a heart with a kepi on it.
You did, and it was cool. They did more. So this one is
I
you
like that
make
one.
my heart go boom.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, that is definitely one of the better ones they did. So next, loving you is easy.
It's got Zach Rowinski.
For Zach.
So, that's a kind of a questionable placement of that bottom heart.
Hey man, you better chill the hell out.
I'm sorry. It's the first thing I see. Like,
get your mind out of the gutter, brother.
Bruh, I'm not the one that put it.
Yeah. Look at that.
Okay.
God, look at that right there. That looks like
For audio
Please.
listeners, it's over a questionable spot on a man. It's just weird, but it's got an arrow going
Holy
through the heart.
mackerel.
You know, look. You know, it's not a bad card. I love the easy part, but just move it like to the left, like
CBJ, more like
a little bit.
CBT.
Yeah.
On to the next. Shut up, Harvey.
Yeah. Okay. Sean Monahan, you're my Sean Shine.
I like that.
Sean Shine. Okay. It's okay.
It's okay. So to be fair, looking where the heart is there in the bottom right corner, that's just where the heart already is in like every card. So I'll give him that. It's just, you know.
I do not mean this in a disrespectful way towards the Blue Jackets, but next
these
time
are cute.
They're cute, they're done well, but next time when you do this, make sure you have a heart that doesn't look like a wang. That's just
yeah. Like right over sensitive area. Anyway.
Oh man.
I love them all in general. Yes.
Oh yeah, these are great.
Sean Shine. It's a little hard to say.
Sean Shine. It is. It's hard to say, but still good. Anyways, on to the next one. You're the most perfect Valentine, and it's the word most, but the letters M-O are capitalized, as in Mo, because that's the nickname for Adam Fantilli.
Because his name is Adamo.
God, and that's another thing. That's another thing. I'm just Adam Fantilli. Listen to me here. Adamo Fantilli is just so dang cool and sounds way better. And I think it would be cooler if you went by Adamo Fantilli instead of Adam Fantilli. Like,
I think his family does, and like some close friends of his too. Because I think they talked about that at the beginning of the season too. Like, where'd you get Mo from? And his name's Adamo.
God, like, can you imagine? Like, the Blue Jackets are at home, and Adam Fantilli scores a big goal. And then Greg Murray, the public address announcer, announces it. The Columbus goal. It's his 20th of the season, scored by number 19, Adamo Fantilli.
That would be cool. I just thought of one.
Oh, which sounds.
Really
I'm your biggest fan, Tilly. That would make it.
Oh God,
that one's nice, dude. Oh man, they need to hire you to make one of these.
Hell yeah. Maybe they'll ask me next year.
Yeah,
probably not. Since
I mean, Adam Fantilli, that does sound cool, but Adamo Fantilli sounds cooler. But so that's just me. That's just that. I'm gonna quickly check the bookmarks here if I got anything else, or otherwise we can start closing it out. Let's see here. No, we're all good. I got some stuff, but I'll quickly share this. There's a lot of Big Ten flavor going on in the Four Nations Cup, Four Nations Face Off, and Zach Werenski made that list, so I thought just put that up there. And also, it's basically Minnesota and Michigan. So if you're not a Big Ten school named Minnesota or Michigan,
If you don't like
you
the
didn't
letter
make the
M,
list. Yeah, the
wish
letter
you out of
M.
luck.
Yeah, if you don't have the letter M and you're not, if you're a school that's not named Michigan or Minnesota and don't have the letter M, I guess you didn't get represented in the Four Nation Face-Off. I
That
guess.
means you need to do better, and you suck.
Well, it's crazy because there's only one non-American on this list. That's Eric Halla. He plays for Finland.
Yeah. So the list is Eric Halla from Minnesota, Kyle Connor from Minnesota, Dylan Larkin from Minnesota, Dylan Larkin from Michigan, Kyle O'Connor from Michigan, Brock Faber from Minnesota, and the outstanding Blue Jackets defenseman Zach Werenski for Michigan. So there's that. I saw that and I thought it was cool. I thought I'd share that. All right. So last couple things for me, and then we can get out of here is please like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That would be greatly appreciated. Please like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please tell your family. Please tell your friends. It'd be greatly appreciated. Please like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Shout out to William. Shout out to William. As I always do, a big shout out to my awesome Uncle Doc. I love talking hockey with you and just seeing you at family parties and family get-togethers and birthday parties and Christmas and St. Patrick's Day and Thanksgiving and Easter and so much more. You back in September, you unfortunately died. You're no longer with us. I wish you were still here so I could talk hockey with you. And you like the Blackhawks, but the Blue Jackets became your second favorite team because of me, and I appreciate that you became a big Blue Jackets fan because of me. And before you left this world, we were talking about hockey and how we thought the Blue Jackets and the Blackhawks are going to do. And of course, the Blue Jackets and the Blackhawks got a big game coming up on Saturday, February 22nd, 2025. That's going to be the Blue Jackets' first game back from their 2-week break. And, right now, if you were still here, we'd be talking about that and thinking how that game is going to go, who's going to win it. Is it going to be the Blackhawks? Is it going to be the Blue Jackets? And a lot of fun times with you, and wish you were still here so I could talk hockey with you, man. So thanks for everything, Doc. Love you. Wish you were still here. And thank you for everything. And shout out to my awesome Uncle Doc. Thank you. Wish you were still here.
Peace,
Thank
Doc.
you for everything.
Rest in peace. What?
And that last thing for me is go check out Union Blue Soldiers. It's a fun Blue Jackets theme group that I do. Check out Union Blue Soldiers, a fun Blue Jackets theme group that I run. We do marches and a whole bunch of other stuff. So follow Union Blue Soldiers on all social media platforms. Check out Union Blue Soldiers. So that's it for me, and we'll get to Hefty Duck. He can promote some stuff. We'll get to Heartsy. He can promote some stuff, and then we can get out of here.
Hell yeah, brother. Mr. Young Beezer, what you got for us?
Just a quick go Birds. You know, Super
Reasonable.
Bowl champion. That's a fair. Shout out to Bjork Swag and Bruins Line, my CTE brethren with the CTE Assassins. That's our EASHL club. So if you want to join that, let me or Owen or Wyan know, and we'll get you in there, and you can have CTE like how me and them do. Shout out to Travis Konechny and Travis Sandheim for representing Canada, and because I love my Flyers, and if you want to tell me, if you want to talk to me or interact, you can just check me out on Twitter. Matt V. Mitchkov's Discord Kitten on Twitter, because that's my new name now, because they traded Joel Farabee and that was my whole brand. And that is it from me. I'm going to shut the hell up and so we can get out of here. Yeet.
Word. Well, yeah, just, huge shout out to our audio listeners as usual. If you too would like to listen to us instead of trying to catch us live or watching the replay, you can check us out on Spotify, Google, Apple, anywhere there's podcasts, we're there. But also, if you're watching us on Twitter, check us out on YouTube. We're trying to promote that a little bit more here soon. And if you can find us if you go to our any account that we have, our link tree is there. And if you'd follow us on Facebook, we'll be able to stream there more like in the future. Once we have enough followers there, we have to make a new account, whatever. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the buttons, and we will be back here. I believe. Let me check the schedule really quickly. We will be back here next Monday, the 23rd. Oh, is that a game day?
No, next Sunday. There's nothing going on next Sunday.
Did I say Monday?
Yeah, you said Monday.
I meant Sunday. I said the 23rd and said
No,
whatever.
No, Hefty Duck, you are right there. There is a show coming up here where we are going to have to do it on a Monday.
That's March 3rd.
Yeah. Well, it's actually 2 in a row. There's gonna be 2 shows in a row after our next one that we're gonna have to do it on a Monday.
Yeah.
That being
the 3rd.
the one after the 3rd, because the Blue Jackets, we normally do it on a Sunday, but I'm coming back from the Blue Jackets outdoor game that day, and you got a little thing, tattoo thing going on there. So there's
in Cleveland. Yeah.
So there's just no possible way that we can make that work on that Sunday. So it's going to be that Monday, and then the next show after that, the Blue Jackets play on a Sunday against the Rangers. So obviously that does not work out, because we've tried doing shows on days when the Blue Jackets play, and it just does not go very well. People don't really watch it. They want to know what's going on with the game itself. They don't want to know about what's going on in the Blue Jackets world in general and other games that have been going on that the Blue Jackets have played, and they just want to know about that game. We don't really do that, and they just
understandable.
It is understandable. We don't really do that when we do our show. It's just like, hey, this is what's going on in the Blue Jackets world. So it's a general overview. We just don't really focus on one specific game that the Blue Jackets played. So that's why we're going to have to move it to that following Monday, to avoid that potential situation. But after those 2, Monday shows, I'll go back to that Sunday. So we got a Sunday show next week, and then after that, we will have 2 Monday shows.
2 Mondays in a row. So keep posted of that. We always post when we're live, and when we do it on Mondays, we also go with the later time in the evening. So that way, because people will be at work in the afternoon. I get Mondays off, so I won't. But
must be nice.
Brag. I I have to work my ass off the rest of the week. So anyway, yeah. So keep posted on that. Follow our shit, hit buttons, and we'll be back here next week, same time, same place, 3 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. And that's it. That's it for me. Follow me on Twitter or at Lance_Schrock. Follow me on Instagram. It's Lance.Schrock.tattoos. Follow my art shit. Follow the Blue Brew Jackets shit. I'm just trying to see how many more swear words I can fit in before I end this episode. That's it. I'm gonna end.
Ass,
See y'all.
balls,